Greetings, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving if you're celebrating, and happy Thursday if you're not. Uh, how's everybody doing? I'm diving into Gone Home. Been wanting to play this for a while, actually, so finally get around to it. No, and Stream Elements just now sent out the invite. Oh well. I usually wait about 3 to 4 minutes on my starting soon screen. Let's see. I think I'm going to actually have to... Because the auto capture for game capture doesn't actually auto most of the time. Nope. Hey, Bamadina. Welcome, and thank you. Glad to have you here. Don't really know what to expect from this game. I know it's just it's sort of an investigation type thing. I've been deliberately not looking for spoilers. But it's supposed to be a short game, so the plan is to play the entire thing tonight. It's... From what I could tell, it's not a horror because you're actually not in any sort of threat or anything, but it is an abandoned house on a stormy night, so there is going to be creepy vibes, I'm sure. So, I guess, without further ado... Well, I'll give everybody a few more minutes since I just sent out all the going lives. But it's been a pretty lazy, much-needed day. I slept in until 5:30 because that's sleeping in for me. Played Stardew Valley for about 3 to 3.5 hours. Stopped for breakfast, of course. Gotta have food. And I actually had a midday nap. Because why not? It's not like the yard needs to be mowed or anything. Oh well. Life goes on. Alright. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for this game. Perfect day to you. Yep. Video games and naps. What is modifiers and commentary? Modifiers result in non-standard experience. All lights start on for those who don't like the dark. Disable map. There will be no map to guide you. I'm going to leave the map on for sure. I think I can handle the dark. Maybe. Unlock all doors. Every door starts unlocked. Explore the house and the story in any order. No, I think I like the idea of the story unfolding as it's meant to. Disable voice diaries. Checking this disables Sam's voiceover. No ending prompt will appear. It will be up to you when to stop playing. Nope, I want the story. Enable commentary. Icons appear throughout the house, allowing you to hear commentary from the game's developers and contributors. Note, not compatible with disabled voice diaries. I'm also going to leave that one off for now. That to me sounds like a really good second playthrough. Like you really enjoyed the game, you want to go back and get the commentary along the way. So I'm not going to run that this time. So I'm not going to run any of the modifiers. I'm going to run the game as intended. Arrow keys or WASD. Good. I'm going to say no. I'm used to the WASD for movement. Using the keys, my hands are like all bunched up on the mouse and keyboard. I like spread out, relax. Alright. So we got cassette tapes, so we're going for an old school feel. We're looking at Probably 80s, 90s. Y'all let me know how the volume is,
Hi,
by
Mom.
the way.
So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so love you. See you soon. Bye.
All right. June 7th, 1995 at 1:15 a.m. So I was right. Mid-90s. There's my bags. Ooh. That sensitivity is quick. Got a flickering light. Alright, where are the controls? Because, yeah, that mouse sensitivity, we gotta turn that down some. That is just, I'm gonna get whiplash and fall out of my chair. Let's see. Language, yes, let's turn on subtitles. Speaking of subtitles, there was a glitch with the add-on that I've been using and I've not got around to fixing or finding a replacement yet. So I don't currently have any captions on unless Twitch has enabled them, but the ones that I was using aren't working. I don't know why. I gotta figure it out. But does everything sound good? Good sound balance? Oh yeah, that's much better. Alright. Caitlin Greenbrier from Portland. Or going to Portland, so we're in Portland. Flight 270, June 6, 1995. Alright, flashing light. I don't... Chill. We need to calm down. I can zoom in with the right mouse. Alright, Katie, I'm sorry I can't be there to see you, but it is impossible. Please, please don't go digging around trying to find out where I am. I don't want Mom and Dad, anyone, to know. We'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried. I love you, Sam. Door's locked. So, where would they hide a key? Yep, that's what I thought. Old Christmas duck. Go home. I'm trying to go home, but the door's locked. Definitely got some freaky lights going on. Why do the lights always have to flash? Alright, directions to work from Newhouse. Left on Crabtree, right on Bullhorn, exit onto 47 North, right onto 202 East, and entrance on the right past Wage. Travel time 1 hour and 10 minutes. Oh, Christmas duck, oh, Christmas duck. Janice, I'm guessing this is mom, probably. Over the Alps, a novel traveling game. The controls are weird. Invoice, Wellsprings Movers. August 1st of 94. So we're looking at nearly a year ago.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm in a new school. And my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real. But I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
God, that was really loud. Author magazine. Itinerary. Katie's departure of last year. So, alright, so she left in July and they moved in August. I don't know if dates are going to be important, because if we start throwing any more dates at me, I'm not going to remember these. Sam, Daniel came from the old neighborhood. Oh, Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house, call him back. Mom, Daniel is a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hung out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little. Mood.
Sam. Sam. Hello. Sam. Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
I feel like I heard footsteps during that. Welcome, new student. We hope that you are excited about your first day at Goodfellow High School as we are. Please be sure to bring the following with you or your first day of classes so that you can get right into the swing of things. One sturdy folder with pockets for each of your 6 classes. Yada yada yada. A positive attitude. Yeah. Please remember to get plenty of sleep the night before and be ready for the first bell to ring at 8. See you soon, Beth Valance.
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House girl. Great.
Hi, Mom, Dad, and Sam. I'm in Paris. I have done many Persian things, include eating la petite déjeuner and wearing a beret. I'm going to have lots of film to develop when I get back. Sam, I'm bringing you back something from Shakespeare Book Company, since you are my favorite sister. Love you all. 1 Arbor Hill. Weird. Got an obituary here for somebody named Doc. I feel like I can just occasionally hear something in the background talking. Do y'all hear that? Pioneer CLD, yada yada, compact, $1,000, backlight. They say that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I have to disagree. Mastery is not a question of specialization, but sureness of purpose and dedication to craft. If you happen to be in the market for a combination LD CD player, you'll be glad to know that Pioneer seems to share this particular. So a $1,000 CD player. That's about right. I do like that you can actually block the drawers. That's nice interaction. Ah, see that? The drawer had a bottom to it. Terrence Greenbrier. Oh. I write on what I hope and imagine is a joyous occasion. News reaches me that you are newly married to a wonderful young woman. I have had more than a little time to consider my past and my family, and my thoughts have often lingered on your development and welfare in the 10 years since we last met. Your marriage gives me much reassurance in this regard. You are always welcome on Arbor Hills. I will understand, redacted, if you feel you cannot accept probably this invitation. Oscar Mason. So the previous, this is from 72. Greenbrier is the family name, so presumably Terrence is the father. So Oscar Mason is the quote doc for the obituary that is out in the hallway. So this doc individual had an interest in mom and dad when they got together. The killing of JFK, a theory. I don't know the combination. How do I back out of it? Let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, escape to back out of it. Read crumpled pages. John Russell opened his eyes and saw them, the stars, twinkling as if he were lying on the grass in his family's yard in Massachusetts. Even though that place was a million miles away. No, he blinked the sleep from his eyes, looking through the carbon-reinforced safety glass of the space station, Archimedes. Yes, he was a long way from home, but the future needed him. John Russell's head swam. He felt incredibly drunk, despite not having touched a drop in hours. He vomited onto his feet. His bare feet. He stared for a moment, processing his sick-flecked toenails, scanning up his bare shins, bare knees. He was completely naked. He looked up and met the eyes of a gorgeous blonde woman, wearing a tight polymer fiber tunic, then fabric that strained at the seams to contain her generous bosom was emblazoned with the phrase, Matter Transference Operator. Then he passed out. John Russell had crossed the gap in time. Only messages has passed before, but now, man, they needed him, now more than ever. Changing the past was no longer good enough. The instructions from the council had been clear: what to procure, what to construct from it, how to assemble it. So he made the machine. How to transport him bodily across time, and now he stood there on the bridge of the starship Archimedes, command of the vessel, because only he, who had saved the president's life twice before, could helm the naive crew to their destiny, the fate of the galaxy. So, is somebody a writer? Put that back, put that back. There's the drawer. Or does this game have time travel? Why are there so many freaking storages in this place? Examine the form. Electrical inspection for Terrence. Does the entire electrical system meet local standards? Yes. Are there any deficiencies which need correcting? Unclear. Wiring house is technically up to safety and aperture requirements. However, multiple layers of wiring have been added into structure over the last 100 years. System is frequently unpredictable. Lights blink out for no clear reason. Pressure on floorboards and door frames disrupts circuits wire directly behind the surface. Properly reworking the electrical system would be highly destructive to the walls, floor, and fixture of the structure. After discussion with Mr. Greenbrier, since there are no current safety concerns, issues will not be addressed. Hoping for time travel, Master Chief? Or Chef, Master Chef. Absolutely. I love time travel. Alright, so there is a lot of wiring in this place. So they're hiding something that requires a lot of power. Presumably. Which would be a time machine, right? So that's the theory we're going with right now. Ooh, I like the alcohol hidden up on the top shelf. Irish whiskey. Not bad. No, it said put it back. I don't want to throw it on the floor. Just gotta run through the house throwing everything on the floor. I really hope there's not jump scares, because I'm such a chicken. Alright, so we got a cabinet here that's not quite closed. Dad's second book. The Presidential Patriarch. Pariah. Uh-oh. Dad's hiding stuff. Trash the place. Male gaze. Stranger under my roof. That's some powerful foreshadowing. The #1 best-selling advice book for parents of teens. Dear Terrence, David asked me to write you regarding the reviews you've been submitting the last few months. Frankly, they're becoming more trouble than they're worth from an editing standpoint. There's a word limit. It's your job to stay under it, not mine to cut back to it. Oof. Feeling a bit called out here. Even then, it's becoming harder and harder to weed out the tangents and non sequiturs from the usable copy without heavy rewrites. The readers of Home Theater Aficionado want to hear about the quality and value of the hardware, not ruminations on your childhood. Jeez. If it were up to me, I wouldn't be writing this letter, I'd just be cutting you loose. Wow, to the point. There's tons of guys half your age who would take half your rate to write stuff I could actually use. Damn, this guy is ruthless. But David's known you for a long time, and he's the boss, so he's giving you one more shot on this, on his say-so. You should write him a nice note thanking him for his patience and generosity, looking through your old stuff, and start submitting reviews like that again. Then everybody will be happy. Brent Kurtwood. Brent's a nice guy, huh? The accidental patriarch, villain, ambassador, messiah. The occasional, sometime unreliable savior hero. A year on the mountain, come down from the mountain. The accidental prophet, question mark, question mark. Unreliable prophecy. The accidental prophet. That's like some of my notes. That panel seems fishy. What? Why did that call to me? Ghost Hunter Sam and Lonnie Secret House Investigation Log. Hidden compartments found so far. 3. 1 in the library. Evidence of supernatural discovered 0. Alright. So there are... That's interesting. Hidden compartments are now marked on the map. Thank you. I didn't want to have to come back to this. Watercolor technique for florals and still lifes. So, I don't know how much of this I'm supposed to be reading, honestly. Oh look, a ghost game. Escape from Ghost Mansion. Avoid the ghosts of Ghost Mansion and make your escape from wits intact. So, wait, oh man, we got time travel and ghosts now? Few of the shades you may encounter. The brothers, the cowboy, and the widow. As you attempt... What the... Did y'all hear that? Is that me? Ooh, alright, that like really creeped me out. Alright, now we got a bedroom. This game's got a really creepy atmosphere. Oh man. Hi, this is a family of writers, aren't they? Dear Jan, oh honey, let me tell you, I understand how you feel. Bob and I have had our down periods. It's become a bit of a way of life, actually. You get used to each other. You live your own lives in the same house. The kids grow up, they go away. I'm sorry this isn't helping, is it? Don't worry. Terry will get over whatever's distracting him. Things will go back to normal, and as for Sam being distant, that's a teenager for you. Nothing to worry about. In the meantime, though, this controlled burn, that sounds like quite the adventure. But let's cut to the chase. This new ranger they sent, that's what I want to hear about. Ranger Rick, question mark? You have got to be kidding me. It's too perfect. You have to tell me everything and send pictures. I want the whole package. Wait, that sounded wrong. Keep your chin up until Terry is out of his slump, and in the meantime, write more letters to your old friend Carol. She adores them. How in the hell? There's a sheet in that. Why can't I? What? Why you be so creepy, game? Why won't it let me open it? That cupboard's giving me the creeps. Armoire. Oh, turn that off. Alright, so we do have to note the fact that it prompted me to crouch when I walked in the room, so there's clearly something under the bed. Another bathroom. After the honeymoon, rediscovering your spouse, personally, spiritually, sexually. Yeah, we're not gonna read all that. Band-Aids and shaving cream. Take your time. I'm glad to have it in good hands, Rick. Layers of Grass by Walt Whitman. Ah, so Ranger Rick has given Mom a book of poetry that she is hiding under the bed. Ah, the Holy Bible. Postcard. There we go. I was in a dark corner. Dear Mom, Dad, and Sam, I am in the Channel. This is my second passage through the Channel. I'm on the way back from London, this time going to Brussels, Belgium. Sorry I didn't write you on the way to London, but I was too excited about the Channel. Why do they keep saying Channel? London was great. Dad, I know you've always wanted to visit, and I think you really should. You'd love it. If you all wanted to come back here as a family sometime, I guess I could be convinced. Love you all, Katie. Why is it so damn dark? Should I go back downstairs or keep going this way? What do y'all think? Wait, are any of these videos interactable? All the President's Men, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and The Fugitive. Cram 2 movies on the same one. Mood. Bridge over the River Kwai, Silence of the Lambs. Inside Edition from May 24th. Sound of Music. Gone with the Wind, and an Untitled. Oh, I didn't even notice the Earth, Wind, and Fire poster. Nice. So Mom's purse is here. Which would imply that she did not step out to the grocery store, so to speak, at 1:15 in the morning. Gotta find some freaking light switches. Ooh, that's creepy. Grab a plate. Read the brochure. Sam, I think the creative writing track would be perfect for you. English creative writing. 3 students from each track will be offered a full scholarship. Why is every time I'm reading something, something is creaking in the background? Why you do this to me, game? I can't focus on what I'm reading. Everything has a combination. Read slip. labeled Pabst Blue Ribbon. Sent to the guidance counselor, was given the option to turn her shirt inside out, change into a shirt from her gym locker, or be suspended for the rest of the day. Miss DeSoto chose suspension. Father was called, but there was no answer and no answer machine. Miss DeSoto must return this form tomorrow, signed by her father. No signature. Just thrown in the trash. This was from last year. Damn, all the classics. Anybody got any guesses for the combination? Back out in the hallway. That's a big house. Ah, there's a secret compartment across the hallway. A Ouija board.
The chicken's super hot.
Oh, thank you. First combo scrap is 0. Ooh, what? Somebody was playing with the Ouija board. Ah, okay. I didn't mean to throw it. I set up wrong on my... Alright, now I'll throw it. Alright, so we know it's 0. How do I turn on the hallway lights? I can't see shit. There we go.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
To aid in the upcoming prescribed burn operation, a ranger with expertise in the procedure is being transferred to the station at Flintlock National Forest effective 9/2/94. Please see attached personal file. Overseeing officer Patient Janice Greenbrier, presumably mom. Y'all hear that in the background? Every time I'm reading something, something's happening in the background. And I know it's just messing with me. But So it looks like Friday night ballroom dancing was repeatedly canceled. Couples bowling lost priority pretty quickly. So it looks like mom and dad were having problems and not putting a lot of effort into fixing it. Alright, so this room over here I've not looked at yet. Hey Sam, do you want to see Pulp Fiction after school at the Coliseum? It came out last weekend and Todd won't shut up about it, so either it's good or we can make fun of him for liking it. My mom is supposed to cook dinner for us tonight for a change, but I can just ditch out of it probably. What time? So mom has been taking cooking classes for almost a month to prepare this special dinner for the family, and the child's just going to bail on it. And that movie's supposed to be really violent. Am I going to barf? According to Todd, it's pretty hardcore. I guess Uma Thurman gets stabbed in the heart with a heroin needle, so that's kind of hilarious. Again, something in the background. Also, something about cheeseburgers is important. Todd wants to see it again. 7:15, okay, don't barf. Alright, see you then. Barf. Oh, Pulp Fiction. Old Disney classic. Interesting fact if anybody didn't know that. Technically, Pulp Fiction is a Disney film.
Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me? Even in a video game, you won't shut the camera off?
It's broken, that's what it says.
The sync one.
Oh. No, I'm leaving stuff open so I know that I've already been to it. Alright, so we got a lot of blood. Oh, wait, no. Ah. Not blood. Hair dye. That's unsettling.
Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. It's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked in the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Right in that moment, I wanted to say something, but I waited. And the moment was gone.
The bathroom's kind of closed.
A little bit. Huh. Alrighty. That was awfully sweet.
You want to recap for me? Since I was on the
Oh, we're just really just exploring what's happening. Just piecing together information. Dad is a writer that is struggling at this point, and somebody at the editing office told him that he'd have fired him already if he wasn't friends with the guy. Mom and Dad's relationship's on the rocks. Apparently there's a new ranger in town. And he gifted Mom a book of poetry that she is hiding under the bed. Sam is the little sister. Who apparently has a budding relationship with Lonnie. There are secret compartments in the house. The kids at school make fun of Sam because she lives at the psycho house. Is it that way I haven't been? I think it's this way. Aw, all the lights. It's kind of cool. Read this note. Katie, Mom and Dad were going to make up the guest room for you to stay in over the summer. Excuse me, but you came home in such short notice that they weren't around to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore, Sam. That's troublesome. So, guest room that didn't get made up. So, Sam has run away from home, presumably. And Mom and Dad have taken off into the night to find her, right? Oh, and somehow there might be time travel involved. Dad writes time travel fiction, and this house is so full of electrical wiring that stuff doesn't work right. And they don't know what all the electrical wiring's for. I figure it's for a time machine hidden somewhere. Probably wrong, but it sounds cool, right? Sighting journal. Oh yeah, the house is probably haunted, according to the Sam. Also ghost milk. August 31st of last year at 1:19 a.m., a tall shadow in the upstairs hall. When I rounded the corner, no one was there. How tall was Uncle Oscar? Note, I was not wearing my glasses. September 3rd, 12:44 a.m., a faint voice coming from the bottom of the stairs. I said hello, did not investigate. Probably was the furnace. September 9th at 4:11 p.m., poured milk from carton and fridge. It was spoiled. Pretty sure I read the spirits can sour milk. Milk was just bought yesterday. October 9th, Lonnie says she feels a, quote, presence in the TV room. I suddenly begin to feel cold. We built a protective pillow for it. October 22nd, Lonnie and I employ Ouija board as a medium. Disturbing messages are conveyed from the other side. Oscar is definitely here. Uncle Oscar owned the house. We found his obituary in the cabinet up front. And then under the Ouija board, there was a note that was written like they were translating the Ouija board, and it said, "What's your name, Oscar? I'm trying to come back." Enlisted Lonnie to stay up all night and help patrol premises, recording any signs of otherworldly presence. Lonnie reported many sightings, but all remained unconfirmed. Possible ectoplasm in the probably leaky roof. Probably due to leaky roof. Sample taken just in case. Despite our best efforts, we both fell asleep around 4 a.m. All in all, a successful night. Oh, that's what I was reading. Read a note. Hey, Sam. You were asking what my JROTC, gotcha, ribbons meant. Here's a handy guide. Let's see, this means Army thinks I can find my way around. Orienteering. Rifle team, the Army has branded me as a certified killing machine. Adventure training. I am a born adventurous and no borders can hold me. The Army recognizes this. So, if you didn't think I was cool before, now you do. Lonnie. So, Lonnie's trying to be in the military. JROTC. Creaky floorboards. None of the boxes are interactable.
So did they send Sam to the crazy house because of her thinking the place is haunted?
No. I am guessing. Part of me goes for the gut reaction that there's not anything supernatural. They're just throwing this at you for teasers. Lonnie is being shipped off early for the military for being gay, and Sam ran after her, and the parents ran after Sam. And I'm guessing all this all the paranormal stuff is a red herring. Is my guess. But we shall find out. What's everybody else think? Do I sound like I might be onto something, or am I just crazy? Ranger Petermock has been indispensable during the course of the prescribed burn preparation and execution. I believe his expertise and dedication has been a deciding factor in the success. It's a very complex, challenging conservation effort. In the opinion of the Flintlock Forest staff, Rick's contributions to daily operations have become essential to the outfit's continuing success. To this end, I will be formally submitting paperwork requesting his permanent reassignment to this facility. Ah, Janice.
Wait, what?
So Rick was sent out to deal with
Wait, which one was Rick?
the Ranger.
Okay.
Is sent out for this control burn in Portland. We haven't got a lot of information on it yet. But Janice, who is presumably Mom, is over the conservationist of this place, and she is signing paperwork to have Rick permanently relocated here. Presumably after Rick gave her the book on poetry.
Huh.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So Mom's having an affair.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go next.
Halloween show. Don't forget your costume. The Misfits. They're awesome. See you there. Stygian Lounge. 10:29, 9 p.m., 306 West Franklin. Oh, we got another journal.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation.
Listen to you.
But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
Alrighty. Lonnie, holy crap, I was in the library and I noticed something in the corner. I found a secret passage, and it had Oscar's creepy old stuff in it. Huh. We're skipping 6th. So there's multiple ways to mark the secret passage. Aw. I like it. Captain Allegra and the First Mate. Your costume, my costume. Lonnie. Oh, so Lonnie has this for Sam. I like it. Excuse me. Ah, so this is Mom's slow burn romance that was mentioned earlier. Hidden up here in the sewing room. Uh-oh. Got a cassette. Hey, Wolfski, how are you doing? It's probably just music. Let's find out, shall we? Nice feedback. I already played one. I'm not gonna keep pushing my luck on these crazy DMCA's. Of course, with my luck, that's the one that has something really important on it. Sam's dark room. Do not enter if red lights are on. The red lights are on. Ooh, guys, I found the attic. And it's locked because the red lights are on. Guess I need to finish exploring downstairs because we found our way upstairs pretty early. We found the secret room. Oh yeah, Sam's room. And yes, I'm just leaving all the cabinets open because I need to remember where I've been. Janice Greenbrier. Plumes of smoke will rise above. Yada 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 yada. Da, 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 da. Alright, so, things we know. Mom was in conservation. Was probably having an affair with a ranger that came to town. Gifted her a book of poetry that she hid under the bed. She signed paperwork for his permanent reassignment to the area. That's the 4th copy of the Bible I've found so far. So we're implying some religious elements here, and we know that Sam is having a building relationship with a young woman named Lonnie. So presumably the parents might have a problem with their daughter's lesbian relationship. Look at those emotes. I love all of those emotes. But, we also know Lonnie is JROTC. What was this? Oh, front closet. So, that way's the only way I've not explored so far. Well, that and the attic, but the attic's locked. Read a letter. Dear Jan, it's so good to hear from you again. Jan is mom, by the way. All this new house business sounds like quite the adventure. Remember the little dorm room we shared freshman year when we were miserable fantasizing about our dream homes? I always said I wanted a mansion. You said you just wanted a house in the woods. Look who got both. Somebody up here likes you. Somebody up there likes you. I could use some of that magic. Send me some lotto numbers. I'll play them seriously. But I shouldn't be complaining about this good old split level we've had since Bob got transferred to Winnipeg. We just got new vinyl siding. Jealous yet? Let me know if you ever want to trade places. So, how are the girls doing? Has Katie left on her big European adventure yet? I'm Katie. Speaking of jealous, right back soon. I miss you, roomie. Carol. Carol's apparently a roommate or a dorm roommate from college. She's also there was a letter upstairs that implied that Janice/Mom was interested in Ranger Rick. And then moments later I found the book of poetry under the bed. Anyway. Alright, here we go. Only room I haven't been in. We got a locked door. So, alright, I've got a locked door down here and a locked entrance to the attic. This leads upstairs. There's a secret. Oh, I didn't explore these two rooms. We're around this. We'll have to go check that out. It looks like I've got everything upstairs other than the attic. Alright, so I need to go back down this hallway over here and then come back to this locked door. I forgot about the rooms down here. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about this. That's right. Mom's wanting Sam to meet up with Daniel. So, Mom's trying to force a heteronormative relationship on her daughter when she's clearly not interested. Wait, wasn't that on the list of not explored on the map? Yeah, there's just a closet. Why isn't it showing up on the map? I gotta go in here and explore for a minute. Oh, okay. I guess I did. Yeah, because I already went in there. That's right, because I didn't go down the hallway, because I turned and went in there. Oh, that's right. I heard the TV in the hallway and I never came back to it.
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following counties: Austin County, Boone County, Dawn County, Takelma County, and Wistaria County. Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors and secure all windows and doors. Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations.
Coliseum, the showplace of Oregon. Pulp Fiction theater ticket. So.
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports
Sam
high
thought this
winds
might
and
help
torrential
Dad.
conditions affecting
Making
the following
friends.
counties:
Aw.
Austin County,
Feeling lonely.
Dawn County, Takelma.
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform, and she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Aw.
County, Dawn County, Takelma County, and Wistaria County.
Notify sender of new
Residents are
address.
strongly urged to stay indoors
From
and
David.
secure
So
all windows
David
and doors.
is
Flood conditions are expected at lower elevations.
Terrence's dad. David is his friend in the publishing industry that's backing him up while Brent wants to fire him. Hi Terry. Enclosed, please find a Pioneer CLDD 703 unit with remote and cables.
This is a
We
severe
need a half-page review for the October issue, so that gives you about 2 weeks to get us the copy for edit. standard stuff, like you gave us on the whatever 502. It's a combi player, so check its CD playback with a few discs as well as Laserdisc. And they want us to definitely hit the signal to noise ratio and Toslink stuff for high-end buyers. Looking forward to your take on it. Enjoy. Alright, so Dad's a fantasy writer writing review for tech stuff. And I'm guessing he hates his miserable existence at this point.
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following.
I feel like this game is just steadily getting onto a very depressive track.
Tacoma County and Wistaria County.
I feel like this is going to be a really depressing ending. Alright, Terry. Hey man, how have you been? I know you're a published author and everything now, but my editor at Hi-Fi Aficionado has too much review work to go around and he's looking for another freelancer. Naturally, I thought of you. Excuse me. You were saying in your last letter how much of a pain it's been trying to find a publisher from your latest work of literature and writing stereo reviews is dead simple. This weather warning sound is giving me serious anxiety. You want to go turn the TV off? I hope you're uploading. Just got tired up on the... tied up on the phone and missed a chunk. Yes, I will upload... What is today? Thursday? Probably sometime Saturday. Because I have to wait 24 hours after it's over, so... Saturday or Sunday I'll upload it. Let me finish this letter and I'll turn the TV off. Sit at home with a glass of scotch, listen to some records, and write up how it sounds, and then get paid. I've included some issues on the mag to use as a sample if you're interested in yada 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 yada. Okay, do it. Gotta give it for this place. I got a lot of closets. Read story. The Heaven at the Edge of the World. Samantha Greenbrier. Turtle, Part 1. Captain Allegra looked off at the ocean. It went on forever, or so it seemed. Someday she would find the edge and get to the paradise there. Then she heard a cannon fire. Boom. It was the black pirate ship, she yelled. Or no, it was the black pirate ship. She yelled, I thought we lost them at Horse Island. The first mate said, Looks like you thought too soon. Black ship came up along the side. Captain Black himself came out on the deck, and the black ship. He yelled to Captain Allegra, Y'are never gonna find the edge. There ain't no paradise, and your father were a liar. Captain Allegra yelled back, Then why do you keep following us, you imbecile? The first mate yelled out, We'll stop you, Captain Black. We'll find the edge of the world, and you'll see her father was no liar. The battle kept going until Captain Allegra's ship got away. Now west, she said, and the ship sailed towards the sunset. Well, I'm hooked already. Whoa, wait, why does the door open both ways? That's not how doors work. Fireplace. What do we got over here? Throw that on the table. Girl Scout role model. Since Twitch is being particularly stingy on music, I'm not going to leave them playing because I already did one for a while. It's that book Dad wrote. The Accidental Savior. 21st, 1963, John Russell knows the president's life hangs the balance, but who would believe him? I feel like there's something in this room that I'm missing. Ah, hauntings and poltergeists. Hey, Cinnabon. Alright. So this is the only way still open to me. Oh, crumbled piece of paper. Whoa. Hey, are you the new girl Sam? I'm Tommy at the back behind. If you wave, you get this. And right back. Hi, Tommy. Yes, I'm Samantha, and yes, I'm new. What's up? I just thought since you're new, maybe you could use a friend. I don't have a lot of friends. It always sounds like there's footsteps. Curse you, creepy game. I don't have a lot of friends either, and so I thought I'd ask something. If you don't mind, do you mind? No, I don't mind. What do you want to ask? Was it just your uncle who went psycho, or does it run in the family? Well, we know why you don't have a lot of friends there, Tommy. Because you're an ass. Bunch of coupons. Save 25 cents on tortilla chips. Yes, please. What about the salsa? Pamphlet. United States Department of Agriculture. Forestry Manual. What kind of room is this? Music room. No, I don't want to get DMCA'd. Oh, there it is. I saw the plug, I just didn't see the lamp. Oh man, they collected records. Holy crap. Read assignment. Samantha Greenbrier. 2 stories. The events are all out of order. Get a sheet of lined paper. Write reproductive system worksheet at the top. Then choose one of the 2 stories, A or B, and rewrite it. Begin with the title and your name. A, the menstrual cycle. It travels through the fallopian tube. The ovary releases the ovum. About 2 weeks later, since the lining of the uterus is not needed for a pregnancy, it comes out through the vagina. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. If the egg doesn't meet a sperm, it dissolves. While the ovum is developing, the lining of the uterus is getting thick and soft. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins again. An ovum starts to develop. B, I am produced in the testicles. By the way, if you ever find words that end with CLES and you pronounce them as such, it's hilarious every time. Hence, testicles. Anyway, I go from the vas deferens to the urethra, the life of a sperm cell. I go through the cervix and the uterus and into the fallopian tubes in search of an egg cell. It is very educational. I develop but keep in mind they are out of order. Apparently. Hell if I know. I don't know anatomy. Your ears. Okay. Develop for 2 or 3 months in the dimus. When the penis becomes erect, I leave the epididymis and travel up into the body through the vas deferens. As I pass the prostate gland, I'm probably butchering some of these words, but whatever. The seminal vesicles and the Valper's glands fluids are added so that I can live longer and swim more easily. Without me, an egg cell couldn't begin the amazing process of reproduction. The urethra carries me, along with about 200 million other sperm, out of the penis in the process called ejaculation. If I can find the ovum before the other sperm do, I will be the winner, part of the fertilized egg. Oh no, I gotta see what Samantha wrote. This is gonna be fantastic. Let's see. Health class, reproductive system worksheet, the menstrual cycle, and novella. I'm already loving it. The early morning of September 1st, 1939. Essa Glatz stares out the window of the train as it travels from Vienna back to her home village of Wilem in Poland. As the train rumbles along and the sun rises over the countryside, she can only think of her dear Borislav, the boy she is engaged to wed. Meanwhile, deep within her guts, an ovum starts to develop. As this train approaches its destination, her heart races. The lining of the uterus is getting thick and soft. As Essa... I love this. This is fantastic. This is the... yeah. Oh, man. As Essa steps off the train, her eyes dart quickly across the gathered crowd. Then there, her dear Boris. Still in his baker's smock, he must have dropped his early morning duties at his father's shop to come meet her. Her heart skips a beat. The ovary releases the ovum. It travels through the fallopian tube. Over the wheezing of the steam engines, a deep hum grows. It's coming from the sky. Dark shadows pass over the station, a whistling sound. Essa, her thoughts only a second faster than the bombs, reaches out toward her dear Boris across the crowd. Their eyes lock and the moment freezes. The flash and smoke envelopes him almost instantly. In the assault by German forces, almost 75% of the people in the hometown are killed. The rest, including Essa and for a time Borislav, huddle in a half-destroyed church. He is blind. His legs are missing, bandaged with torn bedsheets. Essa's egg will not be meeting a sperm. It dissolves. About 2 weeks later, Boris loses his grip on life. Essa has given up her rations to keep Boris alive. But in the end, nothing can save him since the lining of the uterus is not needed for a pregnancy. It comes out through the vagina. Essa vows to survive. She sets off to join the Polish resistance as a daring spy and saboteur. Another ovum starts to develop in one of the ovaries, and the process begins again. It is incredible how the female body knows how to prepare for pregnancy. Oof. With the simple message from the teacher, see me. Oh man. I feel like teachers live in this very protective little bubble, and every time they deal with a child that's not restricted to that bubble, they can't handle it. Hence my entire existence of school. Not sorry. What have you walked into? Good morning, Halo. Have you had your coffee yet? We had a tragic story of Boris and Essa. None of those are openable? Ooh, nice little bar over here. Dear Mr. Greenbrier, I write to inform you that unfortunately Mercury Books will be unable to publish her follow-up to The Accidental Pariah, despite the low sales of The Accidental Savior. We went ahead with publication of the second book in hopes of the John Russell series catching on. However, sales of the second book have in fact been lower than those of the first, and so our stewardship of this series must end here. It has been a pleasure working as your publisher, and we wish you and John Russell the best in your future endeavors. That's sad. Oh, if you made you some coffee. Coffee's the best way to start the day. I'm sorry this will not be quite as relaxing as your stream was. It doesn't seem like it's going to be very jump scary. I was saying earlier that I'm pretty sure this is building to a pretty depressing ending. But, so Dad's a published author but failing at it, and is doing tech reviews to make ends meet. Oh, almost. Samantha, please give this to your mother. Janice, thank you for having Danny over to your new home. He has missed having his friend Samantha in the neighborhood very much. Danny asked if he could lend Samantha his Nintendo Street Fighting tape, and I gave my permission. He needs to spend less time with those games anyway. No hurry returning it. Let Samantha know that she is welcome back to our house to visit anytime. Samantha is the main character. I don't think it's horror genre, it's just listed investigation. It's definitely creepy atmosphere. Not Samantha. Samantha's the sister. What is... Katie. Katie's the main character's name that I'm playing as. She is returned home from a year in Europe. And... creepy sounds through the house. The house is abandoned. 1 o'clock in the morning. Just finding little notes here and there. So dad's failing writer. Mom works for a conservationist. They brought in a ranger named Rick to deal with control burning of fires in the area. It seems to imply that Mom and Rick are having a bit of a thing. And he gifted her a book of poetry that she is hiding under the bed. Samantha's the little sister who's having trouble fitting in. Apparently they inherited this house from their uncle that passed away, and rumors abound that he was insane. Samantha has fallen for a girl at school named Lonnie, who's JROTC. So we're just piecing it all together that nobody's home. My theory is Lonnie's getting shipped out.
When you live in one place your whole life, your next door neighbor is kind of like your default friend. And Daniel only got weirder over the years. So moving away has been a good excuse to, like, not see him anymore. But he did always have the good Nintendo games. Maybe I'll give him a call.
But, okay, Lonnie's JROTC, so I'm guessing something happened military-wise, and she's probably being punished in some capacity for this lesbian relationship that is starting. The mother clearly has a problem with it and is forcing her to see this Daniel guy, Sam. And I'm guessing, and we found a note that said that Sam told Katie to use... Gotta love the good Nintendo games, absolutely. There's a note from Sam that told Katie to use her bedroom because she wouldn't be needing it anymore. So I'm guessing Sam has ran away from home. And we've got a locked door downstairs that I can't get in, and there's an attic that I can't get into. Hi, Lonnie. So if you wanted to come over to my house still this afternoon, that would be cool. I can drive. It's kind of far, but I can drive you home too, so hopefully that's fine. Right back and leave this in my locker if you still want to, and we can meet in the parking lot after 6th. Samantha. Yeah, I'm totally in. See you there. Then I'm gonna kick your butt. Get ready.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Katie, please tell Mom and Dad sorry about the stuff that's missing, Sam. Lip balm. Now, I think that makes the entire house. Ooh, wait, I missed a secret compartment in the hallway. Right here. Ah, nice. There's the other half of the combo. 0501. Read story. Heaven at the End of the World. Part 2. Yay, we got more of it. Allegra and her scouting party peered down warily through the dense canopy of rustling leaves from their perch high in the forest's branches. Mere feet away, sunlight shone brightly off the inner ice walls of the glacial basin in which the forest grew. It was a strange sight indeed, such lushness juxtaposed with the frigid ice formations. Excuse me. Allegra leapt forward without hesitation. Bounding through the high branches, the first mate had been captured by the Green Glacier's Amazonian tribe. His life hung in the balance. We have to hurry, Allegra's party followed behind, moving quietly as a breeze through the greenery. Oh no, I don't listen to the rules. I'm so excited to read the story. Allegra landed in the clearing and shouted, "Stop!" She saw the Queen Amazonian up on her pedestal, reaching for the lever that would drop her first mate into the vat below. She shouted, "No!" and flung her saber at the Amazon's reaching hand, but it was too late. The first mate screamed as he fell toward the water, then splashed down. Calm down, Mother Nature. And all was eerily silent. Allegra looked on, frozen in fear and remorse. She had been a moment too late. But then, from the vat, something began to emerge. A head of dark brown hair, just like the first mate's. Then the shoulders and sleeves of his coat, soaking wet. But as the figure stood and the water poured down, Allegra saw that the first mate had changed. He was no longer a man at all. In fact, what looked back at her were the eyes, the face, the hair and hands and body of a woman, still in the first mate's clothes. Still the first mate. She spoke in a soft, clear voice. "Captain?" The Amazonian queen said, "She is now one of us. She is one of us now. She is ours." Allegra drew her magical flintlock pistols from her belt, and her crew readied their swords. Allegra glared into the queen's eyes and said, "That's the love of my life, and you can't save her." Oh my goodness, Archer, thank you. Welcome. How did Stardew go? Yeah. Came in at the tail end of that story there. Raid time. Thank you all for joining. Alright, we gotta go upstairs. We just found the combination. Talked about Phineas and Ferb a lot. Well, sometimes you gotta. I haven't watched that show in forever. Alright, 0510. Was that not what it was? Finny Ferb, yes. Alright, back to inventory. Did I read it wrong? 0501. Ah, I'm just dumb. Alright, I got a key.
Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on.
There's Lonnie.
She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... but
stolen
I couldn't
clothes.
find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. "Lonnie, Do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
Aw. Oh my god. Oh, y'all. Alright, so this key, I've got 3 locked doors. So you just had to know. Oh, basement key. Thank goodness I had a label on it. So, you need to lore stream at some point. Yeah, we'd all watch. No doubt. Alright. To the attic, to the downstairs, to the basement's over there. Okay. So that's where we're headed, y'all. Back downstairs. Alright, the house is getting less creepy. Alright, this game really made you try to sell pretty hard on some paranormal stuff in the beginning. But I'm pretty sure there's nothing paranormal. Oh, I didn't even notice the family portrait. Yep. Sweet as it goes on. I'm really afraid it's going to be a depressing ending, but hopefully it won't be. What was that? It's totes supernatural. Oh, creepy ass basement. Dear Samantha, I would like to cordially thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. Ugh. I enjoyed the flavorful potatoes, and also it was weird being around your parents for that long, but it was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. Very cordially yours, your close friend and confidant, Lonnie D. A fancy man. Quite. Dear Miss DeSoto, allow me to take this opportunity to thank you in kind for being such a gracious host of the festivities at your father's estate. Following the aforementioned meal with my parents, your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the two events, I must say. I especially appreciated the time I spent with your grandmother, who is a lovely woman with sterling taste and a refined air. Let's do it again. And same time next year, shall we? Indeed, Madam Samantha Greenbrier, Esquire. Alright, so one thing's for sure, these two are freaking adorable. And if Mom and Dad did something to them, then we're gonna have to hurt Mom and Dad. Where? Ah. Man, one of my old sex education assignments. Aw. Katie did it right. Did I see what? Are you trying to freak me out? Don't you scare me, Cam. You... Caitlin. Did I legit miss something? Or were we just looking at the furnace? No, it did not. Are you serious? Now I'm freaking out. Don't you do this to me, Camp. Don't you freak me out. Alright. Samantha, dear Samantha, congratulations. I am pleased to inform you of your admission to the Creative Writing Track program. Ran left to right, but there's a wall there. Shit, I'm gonna have to go look at the wall. Mic record, 75%. The attached documentation. Yada, 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 yada. Okay, so that's the... Nice. Okay.
I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where? She said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
Thank you for sending along a copy of your daily published book. An author's first published manuscript is a momentous occasion. I read it this afternoon. I certainly recognize my son in this subject matter. An author's work is the externalization of that which he holds dear and that which he fears. And in this respect, I believe your work was successful. The lens through which the personal shown was needlessly clouded by genre cliches and implausible dime store science fictional deus ex machina. The great authors speak of their lives milieu in clear and honest tones, the lens crystal that refracts their thoughts without distortion. I congratulate you on surviving the great ordeal that is publication, and rest assured that readers of your chosen genre will lap up copies hungrily, but I urge you to shed artifice. You can do better. With a father's love and respect, Richard. Nice. $14 gold, L and S. Aw, there you get. Okay. Alright. It doesn't seem like it's totally helpful. I'm writing to you from Molna Falls. I'm here on a stupid class trip, which is stupid because it's March and I don't know if anyone running the school has been to Oregon, but it's cold and rainy as shit in March. Wish you were here. Oh wait, you are here because I'm writing this to you in the gift shop. Oh shit, here you come, Lonnie. Aw.
They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. Like, for hours. Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked and covered in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave. The school called home. Mom and Dad said, "You didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl."
Oh, jeez.
But I don't think they know about us. The kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a whole other story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group.
Oh, tough. Probably Sorcerer Bard. Would be my guess. What the hell? What even is this place? Oh, it looks like I missed a door right here. Let's go back. Alright, actually, hang on just a second. We're going to take a quick little break. I'm going to be on the Be Right Back screen, and I will be back in just a second. I'm going to run a quick ad during it. Just, y'all hang around. Nothing's stopping him from being a Sorcerer Lock Bard. This is true. Thanks, Warlock, because he has to have soul to build stuff that he... Well, yeah. That is a tough one. Didn't know. Be right back, though. Hold, please. Alrighty, I'm back. I don't know. I'm really torn on that one, honestly. I think Archer is honestly right. No, it could be all three. You don't have to tie in a lot. Right, I need to go back to find this. Yeah, this door. How did I miss that? I am slacking. Yolanda de Soto. Today's Spanish lesson, X-Fly Mosca. Hubcap is Tabacubos. Anyway, dear Sam, I'm so happy you liked the drawing. I was thinking of us when I drew it. I knew you'd be able to tell. You'd love Mexico, I think probably. The nature here is totally different from back home. I keep thinking about Allegra and the first mate lost on a mysterious island where even the plants are out to get them. I did turn my sound. Yeah, okay. Because you guys know me, I have to check. And then I think of them together, out there in the wilderness together. And I start thinking of you again. I lie here in bed and I can almost feel you. I've been trying to save it up for when we're together again. I haven't done a good job, okay? But I tried. Okay, enough about that. Your last letter got to me the day before we start driving back north. We'll be racing this letter home. If I get home first, we can read it together. And yes, I'm taking tons of photos. We'll have to spend so much time in the dark room. Lonnie. So, the dark room is the attic that we were not able to get into. He also has parry, and since parry does combat, he can't be a familiar. Oh, good lord. He is absurd, but well balanced. No, you're good. Grab a cassette. I think it's just music. Yeah. Yeah. A thick door. Yeah, you ain't wrong there. You might need another C on there. Oh. Girl Scout, the band formerly known as Cub Scouts, set list, role model, authority, main squeeze, telling stories, instruction, first mate, self, Girl Scouts, and denial.
Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, I can sing. And they were all kind of like, you can? And she was like, probably. But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now, and I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's incredible being in awe of someone you love. So everybody knows it's like a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show.
Doesn't work. Well, that's a big no then. Alright, you guys are with me. It's a creepy toy horse. So Terry hung out down here. Quit it, Gam. Is there anything else in here? No, that's a dead-end door. Okay, so we got this door still to explore. The one that's hidden behind the bookcase. Oh. Examine newspaper. Mason's Pharmacy changes hands. Alright, shall we grow on May? Our surprise today is the announcement that Mason's Pharmacy would change ownership for the first time since it opened 10 years ago. Rumors swirled that the sudden sale of pharmacy was transacted for a song. When asked about speculation that the deal had been signed for as little as $1, the specifics will remain between myself and Mr. Mason. Mr. Mason has been sick and was unavailable for comment. Alright, Mr. Mason is Uncle Oscar, Officer Mason. Into the dark and close the door? No. God, this is creepy. What the hell is this place? Oh, I'm in a different part of the house on the main floor. Skeletons and devils, cheerleaders from the Smells Like Teen Spirit video, one girl dressed as Jackie Kennedy. Psycho House Girl. The coolest stuff about being the Psycho House Girl. Cool thing number one, everybody in the hall thinking you don't know you're looking at you and whispering as you walk past because I guess they haven't heard of Peripheral. There's always fucking creepy sounds when I'm listening to stuff. There's a lie to mom and dad situation, but it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome, and everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Let's see. Samantha, dear Miss Greenbrier, I appreciate the time and effort you put into writing your letter. It showed initiative and was well written, but it does not change my mind on this matter. While I understand that Miss DeSoto is a friend of yours, the fact of the matter is that she defaced school property with profanity. The fact that she allegedly defaced her own locker in retaliation for another student doing the same to yours is immaterial. As to your complaint that no other student has been punished for their part in the incident, the fact is that no guilty party has come forward, and there has been no convincing evidence as to who might have defaced your locker. In other words, there is no one to punish. I would suggest letting this issue drop, as it will only bring more unwanted attention to yourself, which I believe is what you claim began this whole situation in the first place. So the principal is useless. But it was Tommy.
I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Like, her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the news about don't ask, don't tell. Like, she's going to join the army and then have to lie about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need to know. Like it was no big deal. This from the girl who trashed her locker to, like, defend my honor. I've learned when to stop arguing, though. I don't think Lonnie even gets Lonnie sometimes.
Wait, there's another door this way. Ah. This is the guest bedroom. So we still have this locked door over here, but this is gonna lead around to that. So this is the way I need to go. That's creepy as... Dear Head Conservative Greenbrier, that's Mom. Due to your exemplary management of the Flintlock prescribed burn operation last year and the service's need for experienced personnel to direct regional operations, we would like to offer you the position of Regional Conservation Management Director, responsible for operations throughout the northwestern Oregon. Your assistance would be sought to fill your previous position on-site at the Flintlock National Forest. Your new posting would be the building located on Bullhorn, which should be much more convenient for your daily commute. Please respond as soon as possible. Yeah, I feel like we're getting really close to this. Oh, geez. Cam, what did you do? Did you type a textbook? Because I think that's the only thing I have left on there. Hey Lonnie, sorry my mom was such a bitch last night. She's hardly ever... You didn't do nothing. Was such a bitch last night. She's hardly ever around since her forest is like an hour away, and then when she is home, she takes it out on you. Like, because you're not a member of the family, she knows you won't call her on it, and I'm sorry. Ah, it's okay. I know. She's just jealous of our cool and freewheeling lifestyles. I feel sorry for you. I'm lucky my mom lives in Florida. You have to have a mom every day. Made eyes because I saw something. Oh, you saw something? Oh, Lord. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up the mom thing like that. No, I shouldn't complain. No, I'm being serious. My mom is a psycho Christian, and her new husband, Don, is a complete tool. Living in Florida with him is... what year? Is eternal punishment in my mind. So you wouldn't rather live with your mom in Florida? No. Nice artwork. Why did it... what? Earth, Wind, and Fire. Right. Skull was the coolest thing I found in Mexico, and it was like $3. I love it. Merry Christmas. Wait, grab Mom's purse. Mom's purse was upstairs the last time I saw it. Hi Jan, I got 2 tickets for Earth, Wind, Fire on Thursday, but my girlfriend says she doesn't want to go. Her taste in music rears its ugly head again, so that leaves me with an extra ticket that I thought you might be interested in. War... something? More for than clearing harsh in the freezing rain, right? Oh, more fun than clearing brush in the freezing rain. Ooh. Oh. Yes. Everybody, Tipsy Scribbles will be doing a 12-hour stream on Saturday. So, actually, if you're watching this Saturday morning when I post it... The flickering lights again. Did y'all see that? But yeah, if you're watching this Saturday morning on YouTube... Jump on over to twitch.tv /Tipsy Scribbles for a 12-hour stream. She just went affiliate. And we celebrating. Distributing inappropriate materials on school grounds. Since you refused to hear us out this afternoon, your mother and I are putting this in writing so that we are absolutely clear. You are grounded for the rest of the month from social and telephone privileges and from using your car for anything except going to and from school. We understand what you are going through, but we can't allow you to continue with this kind of behavior at school. And clearly, once your privileges are reinstated, we can't allow you to have your bedroom door closed while Lonnie is at the house. This is the last word on the matter. Get back on course so this won't have to happen again. Dad. Lovely. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Mom's still in the house.
I had an interesting talk with Mom and Dad tonight. One you were never gonna need to have. I mean, you've known, right? I've known. I've known since, like, She-Ra. Mom and Dad didn't, I guess. But they saw the zine and the stuff on the locker, and they were like, is there something we should know about you and Lonnie? And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying, or something. But they were just in denial. You're too young to know what you want. You and Lonnie are just good friends. You just haven't met the right boy. It's a phase. That's what I didn't see coming. That they wouldn't even respect me enough to believe
Yes,
me.
Archer.
Well, joke's on them, because they're in for one very long phase.
Yeah, Archer. Actually, I think it was right before you raided. This is triggering you. There was one of the little sweet exchanges between Sam and Lonnie, and I said, all right, I really want to know what's up with Sam and if I have to kill Mom and Dad. As long as Sam's safe, that's the only happy ending that I need. I need to find some good light behind me. There we go. Hi, Mom, Dad, and Sam. The Vatican is weird. As you can see, the Catholic Church still has a lot of money left over from the Middle Ages. I've gotten to see all of the art, including the Sistine Chapel, ceiling, and the sculptures by Michelangelo, Donatello, and the rest of the Ninja Turtles. I love it. Mom, we'll have to come back together. I would love to be here with someone who really appreciates the history behind everything. Also, Sam, they have various relics, as in pieces of important dead people, so you should probably come too. Next stop, Barcelona. Calm down, Dad. I won't get gored by a bull, probably. Love, Katie. No butts in heaven. Yes. Alrighty. F them to heck. Yes. No, yes, let's see. By the way, if you're hanging out in the chat and don't know if you should follow or not, homophobes aren't welcome. Pretty simple. First off, congratulations, Janice Greenbrier, Regional Director, and I say congratulations because, come on, you're going to take the job, right? What are you waiting for? An engraved invitation? Call them back. But in the meantime, let's discuss this little outing you had with our favorite flannel-cloaked hunk. What a blast. Yeah, so the parents have a problem with their gay daughter, but not with Mom having an affair. Important thing to note. But you sound like you're reading a lot into An Innocent Night Out. You're sure there's something there. You said he was an out-of-town girlfriend. You're sure they're not serious. Okay, so we have to figure out when we'll see each other next in person. Enough with the letters. I owe you a congratulatory margarita, boss lady. Soon. Heart Carol. I need to leave it open. Hetero logic. Crumpled manuscript. Don't give up on this, honey. Accidental warrior. Oh, Dad's. Third book. That's how it be with people like that. Fine with cheating, not fine with having non-straight / cis kids. True, true. What we got left? I didn't go down this hallway. What's with all these half-open doors? God bless, how fucking big is this house? Oh, excuse language, sorry. The microwave is going? No. Sam's got herself a job. Helen Margaret to Richard Pattermock. This was the end of last week. Ice cream. Cookie caramel, now we're talking. Forgot to close the drawer. It's just a head. Cam, calm down. Be proud and encourage an individual your child becomes as they age. Why the F did you reproduce? Pantry. Oh, the lore is interesting. Nice. I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's definitely a creepy atmosphere. Having received your formal acceptance letter, I write to congratulate you on your position at Regional Conservation Director, yada 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 yada, 8 a.m. So Mom took the new job. Last month. Wrong button. Ah, wait, what was today's date in it? June 6th. So the family's gone on an anniversary trip. Yes, we are Katie. It does make you wonder why people decide to have kids when they can't accept them for being different. True. So the family is away on an anniversary trip. The parents. So, and we just had Rick's wedding just happen and it was marked out. Can't make it, send regards. Regrets. So okay, so the parents are away. Yeah, oh, never mind, I couldn't make it. Go ahead and open that door. Alright, map again. It's gonna be the garage. The Accidental Pariah. Dad's book. Something doesn't add up. No spoilers yet. I feel like I'm getting close to the end. For Mr. Greenbrier, first let me say that I hope this missive finds you well. Hell, if it feels like a goddamn miracle that it finds you at all. Do you know how long we've been trying to track you down? Worry not, we aren't the feds, the men in black, or any other sort of creeping fascist hobgoblins. In fact, we're on your side. Unknown Dimension is who this is from. Let me start from the beginning. Unknown Dimension is what you might call a specialist publishing house. We traffic in the weird, the head of its time, the lost but not forgotten by a small but dedicated group of plugged-in bibliophiles type of out there mass marketing shunning visionary expressions that refuses to be taken on anything but its own terms. Wow, talk about just a little niche group. We've had an unparalleled run since our inception 4 years ago, unearthing and receiving Christ, or zombie-like, timeless works such as N.N. Bestman's Message of the Snake Man, It's Inside Me, by Jens Keller, and the Emil Krieger's oft-banned Venusian Flesh Traders. But ever since we discovered tattered copies of your Accidental series at a church rummage sale in Long Beach, New Jersey, we've been trying to track down the author of this weird and dark American outsider art. It's just the kind of forgotten portal into 20th century civilization's anxieties and delusions that our readers lose their minds over. James Bond and Harrison Ford might be the dick-swinging heroes that modern suburban America wants, but John Russell, well-mannered insurance agent by day, reckless history-revising sociopath by night, is the twisted peacekeeper that it deserves. It is our mission to bring him back to life. Not a spoiler, I was here when you started the game. There was the letter from Sam Lonnie to someone on the front door. Was that for us? I don't recall correctly. I think it was for Katie. It might not even been addressed. I think it just said, don't come looking for me. Okay, so I've typed plenty. What do we want from you? We want your permission to reprint the work. Since your original publisher, Mercury Books, folded a decade ago, we want you to supply a new forward for the books, to appear in brand new editions of The Accidental Savior and The Accidental Pariah, to be produced by Unknown Dimensions as a limited run and marketed directly to our highly discerning customer base. And we want to offer you a portion of the proceeds, contracts to follow, assuming you're interested in coming along with us on this weird odyssey. We look forward to embarking with you and to thrusting your work screaming back into the sweating palms of an unsuspecting American public. It's about time. Blast off. I can't remember, honestly. I thought it was from Sam. Sam, your mother and I will be away for a long weekend celebrating our anniversary, June 3rd to the 7th. We will be camping in the gorge, but we will give you a call on our way home. Sorry, the kitchen is still mid-renovation. Never trust a contractor. $40 is on the table to order pizza while we're gone. Be good, Dad. Ask me about clown combos. Crumpled note. Oh, okay. Lonnie, my parents are leaving town, so we'll have the run of the whole house till you leave. Imagine actually spending the night in my room instead of sneaking up to our usual spot in the attic. Not that the attic doesn't have its musty allure, but my bedroom is warmer. Sam, we should defile your parents' bed while they're gone. That'll show them. Lonnie, you are gross. Never change. Sam. I kind of expected that to prompt a message, but it didn't. So the attic is the only place we've got left. Or wait, no. What's this? Oh no, I got another stretch of the hallway down here I haven't been down. Sam, I wish I knew how to explain it better. The army is this thing I grew up with. It's part of me. My dad's army friends are like family. I've always known if it was where I'd end up. I'd never thought of it any other way. I wish things could be different. Maybe someday when I'm settled at a base and you're done with college and you're a famous writer and I can rebuild a tank engine with my eyes closed, things will be different and we can be together. Until then. Lonnie. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're finding notes back and forth between Sam and Lonnie. So, Lonnie's calling it off. Accidental human. Dear Kaz, I can't tell you what a joy it is to see John Russell back in print. Thank you very much for sending along copies to the new editions. The cover art is really something. I know you've said that Unknown Dimensions isn't in the business of printing new material, but this revived interest in my work has brought on a wave of inspiration, resulting in a manuscript that completes John Russell's journey, which I think you may find intriguing. It is reflective and introspective, without forgetting the excitement and weirdness that Unknown Dimension readers expect. I hope this might be an exciting new direction for Unknown Dimension to pursue. At the very least, I am grateful that John Russell's adventures didn't come to an end quite when I thought they had. Cover copy. It's been almost 20 years since John Russell heard the call. Twice he saved a president's life. He's practically forgotten the days of the future of danger and excitement. These days where he mattered. So when that familiar rip in time opens in front of him and his handlers peer out, he doesn't hesitate. Is the president in danger? No. The life you save this time will be your own. Yeah, I don't really care how tired I get. I'm going to finish this. I really want to see this through. Ah, I found another secret door. Where we'll do it. Midnight, June 5th. Final preparations are complete. Alright, kitchen. Just right at the staircase.
We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever. And we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off. then ran up to the attic to look through our photos, to find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past, and there wouldn't be any more. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I cried, and she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her. That's when she cried too. I was so exhausted. I must have fallen asleep like that, in her arms. In the morning, I woke up, and I was finally alone.
Yeah, I know, right? Whoa, what? There's the attic key.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
Alright, y'all. We're on our way to the attic. Me too, Archer. I really hope this is a happy ending, but I'm not feeling it. Alright. Sam, I'll always remember what we had. Stay strong, kick ass. I love you, Lonnie.
Oh my God. Katie, I fell asleep in the attic, in Lonnie in my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls. I just barely caught the third one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie, on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything but me and us.
Oh, my goodness.
And that she couldn't go through with it, with the army and being a part and all of it. And so she got off the bus in Salem. She said, "Sam, I want you to pack up everything you can and get in your car and come find me. And let's just drive until we find somewhere for us." And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes. Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person, that I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this journal and you think back, that you'll understand why I had to do what I did. And that you won't be sad, and you won't hate me, and you'll just know that I am where I need to be. I love you so much, Katie. I'll see you again, someday. Love, Sam.
Damn. Yep. probably turn off the background sound for the stream. Definitely applause. And I'm totally not crying. So what did y'all think? I definitely enjoyed it. I wasn't too far off from my early assumptions. Yes, very very tough. Some of the parts were really tough. And the music is phenomenal, but I'm too afraid to play much of it. I let one song play, and it's probably gonna pull it, but we'll see. The music in the game is phenomenal. Oh yeah, maybe you missed some of it. Oh, that was really good, Joel. I loved it. But that does bring up Steam right now is having their big summer sale, and I picked up 5 new games that I'll be trying to fit into my schedule. Um, Another streamer on here, I may or may not be live. He is actually live, so we'll be rating him. Kensei talked me into getting a game called Shipbreaker, so I'm gonna be trying that out tomorrow night at 6. But the uncle and the dad, yeah, I don't think I caught all of it. I probably missed some stuff, but the uncle was a bit of a prick. But I'm assuming there was more to it. I may end up trying to play this again or just looking up some stuff. There is a commentary track that we looked at right at the beginning of the game that you can turn on for behind the scenes stuff while you're playing the game. So I'll probably play it again with that on one of these days for stream, because this game is wonderful. I definitely want to go through it again. But Kensei is playing Elite Dangerous, so another space game. But Shipbreaker is you're indebted to this corporation, and you're salvaging ships to pretty much free yourself from indentured servitude. Sure, Cam, go ahead and throw it up while we're getting ready to sign off. Let's see, shout out stuff, guys. I'm Hall Hideaway. You guys can find me here Thursday, Fridays, and Sundays at 6. So Shipbreakers tomorrow, and Sunday I am going to be checking out a game called Abzu that I picked up a little while back. It's a diving exploration game. Supposed to be another one that I can play in one sitting, but we'll see with that, because Sunday means I'll have to go back to work Monday. So maybe I can make it through. Shipbreaker is going to be sort of a laid back, no real story that I know of other than setting the pace, but we'll see. I've not looked into any of these games. I'm trying to go fresh tracks, but the 5 games that I picked up is Limbo, Inside, Bastion, Transistor, and What Remains of Edith Finch. So, do you guys have a preference out of those 5 what I play next Thursday? Let me know. The uncle was abusive to the dad. He originally owned the pharmacy that changed hands because he had an opiate addiction and sold it to get rid of the temptation. All right, so that explains why he off-sold it dirt cheap. Shipbreaker does look pretty cool. I was watching Kensei play it. I was actually expecting to see him play it, but he's playing Elite right now. So also I am on patreon.com/hallhideaway, where I'm sharing bits of fantasy that I write, including lore dumps. I'm gonna be working on more lore dumps lately. I probably work on something and make a new post for tomorrow. I do have some public access stuff up there, but everything on there is a $1 a month subscription. Your support is very much appreciated, and those that are giving their patronage get shout outs on my stream, just like this. Thank you so much, Crystal Clark, Dina Holloway, Brianna Gary, and Allison Nesbitt. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe, because I don't have very many of y'all, and I'm trying to figure out, I mean, I understand the channel is pretty boring because it's all VODs right now, but I am working on ideas for original content that I will get to someday, I hope, if my job would stop working me 60 hours a week, and I have some time to work on some videos. Wonder what the Satan Circle in the hidden room was about. We found a Ouija board, and there was a handwritten note where they were asking questions to the Ouija board, and there was an implication that Oscar's ghost is haunting the house, the uncle. But I honestly think it's all just, and that was his picture, right? Was it on his picture at the end? I don't remember now. But there's lots of little bitty red herrings for supernatural stuff, which is really good because the game has a very creepy atmosphere. So they play off the red herrings for what is essentially just a very, very sweet story. Very bad timing on Katie's part, but very sweet story. Let's go ahead and get that raid prompt going. Let's see. But I genuinely hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll be back tomorrow night at 6. Oh, and a very big congratulations to Tipsy Scribbles, who just hit affiliate. And she's going to be Supernatural Tragedy, put you into a happy love story. Yeah, true. Celebrating affiliate, she's doing a 12-hour stream day after tomorrow, Saturday the 28th, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're super excited. She's going to do some Stardew, a little bit of art. She's going to check out Eastshade, and I think she's planning to end the night with some Jackbox games. But the big thing is hang out for a chance at a giveaway. She's going to be doing a digital art commission. And I'll be hanging out in the chat almost the entire time, probably. I'll be modding it at least and have everything set up back here at my station. So, she's going to use a controller for Stardew. I think she always does. She doesn't like the keyboard and mouse. All right, y'all. Let's send y'all over. Give Kensei a warm greeting, and I will see y'all tomorrow night, and then again on Saturday. So, much love, everybody. Y'all be safe. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Good night, everybody.